Why should you go to Woodhull Sexual Freedom Summit? I'm here with Justyn Hintze. Did I say that right? Hintze?
Justyn Hintze.
Hintze. Sorry, I said it badly.
That's
And
okay.
I'm Kathy Martilli from the intimacydojo.com. And Justyn, you're on the board for Woodhull. Why should people
Thanks.
come? Why do you put time in year after year helping create this summit?
Yeah, so I have been involved in the summit for about 7 years now, well, in Woodhull, and then in turn involved with the summit. And honestly, the reason I keep coming back and the reason I keep talking to people about it is because it's just incredible how many different voices and perspectives end up all coming into one space.
Yeah.
And I'm often asked, like, well, what's the demographic? What's the target? And as someone who worked for my day job in online strategy, I'm often the person asking that question.
Hmm.
So it's nice to be able to not have a concrete answer because people come from so many different backgrounds
Hmm.
and just so many different experiences, and it's really fantastic to be able to hear about the many facets of sexuality and sexual freedom from such varying perspectives.
Yeah, I love it. I talked to Nina and Ellen, Nina, a porn star and a preacher on a same talk together, and I've been doing these interviews. It's just been so. I'm like, oh my God, how am I going to go to all the talks? There's so many good ones.
I know that's always my struggle is that there's like five at the same time, and I have the most trouble deciding. But it's just awesome to not only to meet so many new people every year, but to be able to hear and learn so many different things in the workshops all day long, and then at night get to see those same people that I'm learning from and connect and network with them
Yeah,
at the evening events, burlesque, things like that, and it's just really incredible.
that's wonderful. Um, so I know that some people say they're too shy or they're too new to the field, and they're like, oh, I don't know if I should show up. Maybe I'll go later. What advice do you have for them?
Oh, I think it's the best to go when you're new. I think it's so amazing to be able to be new, not know anybody potentially, and show up to an event and just have so much to soak in and so many people to network with and learn from and get to know and have those connections that when you want to, as you're moving further into the field, you're able to make those connections, follow up when you're in other cities. You can reach out to those people because it's people from all across the country, and then a few people who come in internationally for the conference. And so when you're traveling, to be able to reach out to those people and have that network,
Mhm.
especially early on, is so, so important.
Yeah, and I went, and people are so friendly. I love the atmosphere you guys create. It's very warm, and like people, even I'm very shy, so I'm like, am I gonna have anyone to talk to? And people are like, hey, how are you doing? Like it was warm, and I ended up
Yeah,
just having great conversations. I'm like, we need to submit on this topic next year. Are you willing to be on my panel? Like I was forming them for the following year right there.
yeah. And I think not only is it so important, but super validating to be able to meet people who have, even if not similar opinions, just like they're working in this field and they know the struggle and they know that it's just so incredible to be able to meet these people. And I have I've made friends that are now my family who I get
Hmm.
to see every year, and it feels like a reunion. And that's really incredible that it's this sort of coming home feeling.
Wonderful, wonderful. What would you recommend if it was someone's first time at Woodhull? Where should they start? Like, how do they know what talk to go to or where to go during the day, kind of thing?
One of my biggest suggestions would be to read the program in advance. Getting there and like feeling all flustered when, at least when I do that, and I haven't read the program in advance, which I don't know if I've done. I get too excited to not do that. But to be able to read that in advance for any conference you go to, but especially the Sexual Freedom Summit, and like circle them and have some ideas. So that way, the morning of or day of, you only have a couple to narrow it down between. And it might help make decisions as you're meeting people too, to be like, oh, I talked to this person for a while, therefore I'm going to go to this other
Yeah,
workshops of someone I haven't met or someone I haven't talked to yet to get an entirely different perspective.
I love it. I love it. Um, yeah, thank you, Justin, very much. I really appreciate you taking the time to share, and thank you for all the labor of love you put in to help me create this conference. I like just every year I go and I'm just blown away by the sessions and the people I meet and the good work you guys do. So thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you for doing this. I'm so excited for this year and being able to meet new people, and I know it's lots of new presenters who have never spoken before. So
Hmm.
it'll be fantastic to be able to meet those people, and I'm really just excited to take it all in, especially with the current administration and everything terrible happening. That it'll feel
Yes,
like a really empowering place to move forward.
we need each other more than ever.
So true.
Yeah.